control and balance. So you guys can see Geoff is up here on his motorcycle. He doesn't have to put his feet on the ground to keep his balance. Now he's riding a 2011 Gas Pro. Now this is a trials motorcycle, and it is built in Spain. It's only about 145 pounds. So Geoff, he's actually hopping the front tire, the rear tire. Very maneuverable motorcycle. Now the engine looks pretty tiny. It's actually a 300cc two-stroke. Got a 6-speed transmission, so he is using the clutch, the throttle, front brake, rear brake. You can see his foot on the rear brake right there, getting some nice circle wheelies going around our ERE cylinders. What do you guys think so far? We doing all right? Cruising down, getting a nice stand-up circle wheelie around our Red Bull Pyramid. You can see using the clutch, the throttle, and the rear brake. A lot of body position control as well. Geoff's working his way around. Looks like he's checking out these ERE cylinders. Now, each one of these cylinders, they're about waist high. So we like to replicate things that Geoff would be riding over in natural terrain. So these are kind of giant logs that you would stumble across in the woods. So if you're cruising along near CRF 450 and you come across 3 logs this size, you're going to have some work in front of you. Well, Geoff, he's on his trials bike. He's going to show you how technical you can get with one of these motorcycles. So from a dead stop, right up on top of these first 2 cylinders. Now bridging the gap, keeping his balance, no place to really put his feet on the ground. And from a dead stop, he's going to try to put the rear tire directly on top of this 2nd cylinder. Just like that, perfect clutch and throttle. Don't want to overdo it and don't want to underdo it. It all looks easy when it works out right, but when it goes wrong, it's bad. Geoff right across the top of all 3 of these. Now, in order to make this more difficult, Geoff is going to get lined up with the end of it. Now, trials is all about precision and control, so whenever he can't achieve an obstacle, we have to make it more technical for him. So he's checking this out from the end. Getting lined up, jumping right up on top. Hold his balance, jumping the bike 90 degrees, and hopping these tires. A lot of focus on top of this motorcycle. He's up on top, point to point, using the front brake, the rear brake, holding himself right there. Now watch this, a little bit of clutch and throttle on the front brake, right onto the last one, turning the bike around, and right on the rear tire. Very technical. Give it up for Geoff Aaron, guys. Scrubbing off some of that rear tire for us. We want to thank Dunlop for Geoff Aaron's Donuts. Geoff ripping some wheelies across the front. Now down here, we have a Red Bull Pyramid. Now this thing goes straight up one side, right down off the other. Now there's no room at the top of that, so he's not going to try to blast up and hang out up there. So Geoff scoping it out. Now you can see Geoff is not a small guy. He's about 6'4", and he's standing on top of his motorcycle, and this pyramid is still over the top of his head. Now I see Geoff just grabbed another gear. I believe it's his 2nd gear right now. He's going to only use this much distance, so about a bike length away. Give it a bunch of throttle, dump the clutch, and hopefully he's going to make the top of this obstacle. Now, not much room on the other side, so just be wary. So here we go, guys. Let's make some noise for him. We'll get Geoff fired up and over. Just like that, right to the rear tire, turning around. Not a place you want to loop out a motorcycle. So now Geoff, like we were saying, making it more difficult this time. You can see he is almost right up against the base of this obstacle. It's over the top of his head. So here we go, guys. Put your hands together for him. Let's see what Geoff can do here for us. Lots of throttle on that 300, up to the top and wheeling off the back. No problem. All right, now we've had Geoff riding over a handful of different obstacles that we have here so far. We're going to toss another obstacle into the mix here. What do you guys think we should use as an obstacle? Yeah. Use volunteer me. All right, so this is why I get paid the big bucks, right, Geoff? All right. I'm going to lay down here on the ground. Geoff is going to do what you call a bunny hop. I'm sure you guys have ridden a bicycle, try to bunny hop up onto a curb or something. Except over top of me, no ramps or anything. And Geoff's on a motorcycle. And it's funny, Geoff actually weighs more than his motorcycle. You ever think of that? Pretty fun. All right, Geoff, focus here. All right, I'm ready. Geoff is coming in. He's up on the front tire. See? All right. I'd like to thank Galfer Brakes for the nose wheelies today. All right. Looks like Geoff is cruising. Thank you. The trick is not to move, because if he hits me, then it's definitely his fault. All right, other direction this time. Geoff is getting lined up here. He's up on the rear tire this time. This is not looking good for anybody. Okay, so the trick is just stay real still. Try not to, if you ever see a motorcycle from that angle, it's probably a terrible crash that you're having. It's, just, oh my, completely unnecessary. What do you guys think? Was that all right? I don't know what you're trying to prove here, Geoff. Okay. All right, he said, you done fooling around, Geoff? All right, he's done. Here we go, full throttle. Geoff's gonna get fired up here. He's going around. Here we go. Geoff's on the gas, on the brake. Nope, thank you. I went to college for that. Human speed bump bachelor. All right, coming in. Oh! Now Geoff likes to